confidential, and it scared me shitless. Excuse me, so I decided that I should do something more 9 to 5 and more practical and pragmatic. So I went to business school. I went to the University of Alabama and started my way through management and marketing classes. And then a few years into that, I decided I was not happy at all. But my dad was several $1,000s into a degree, and I was going to stick it out. But through a number of trial and error, basically, I decided, you know what, this really isn't for me, and I decided to come back to New Orleans. I spent a year in New Orleans doing various jobs. I worked at traffic court as working with DWIs, and then I decided I took a trip to Korea, and in eating the food in Korea and experiencing their food culture, how they are so close to their food. A gentleman will go off and butcher a cow, and that morning, in early morning, by mid-morning, it's in a market. By that afternoon, an individual has picked it up, purchased it for her home, and has cooked it for her children by that night.
You could have just gone to Nebraska.
I could do that. It really did change something in me. It made me realize that, I want to be closer to food. I just want to be by food in any way, fashion I could. So I came home, decided, look, I'm going to culinary school, whether you pay for it or not, whether you like it or not. He said okay, and became supportive. I did a dinner for my sister for her graduation, and after that, I think we all had a nice rosy buzz, and he gave me his blessing and said that I should do it. I should definitely go and do it.
So you got your dad drunk and told
Yes.
him?
All you have to do is get your dad drunk and tell him what's up.
That's the same thing that I did.
So that's how you proposed?
That's a nice story.
So I went to the University of, I went to Le Cordon Bleu. It's in Atlanta. There are several locations. They all have generally the same program. It's based off the one in Paris. And so I decided that I wanted to incorporate French technique. I wanted to learn. French technique is the foundation of modern cuisine and modern cooking. And I wanted to make sure I had the French foundation first, and then take that back to New Orleans and see what I could do with it. But I wasn't decided on coming back to New Orleans, especially after Katrina. I didn't know. I knew that there would be stuff for me. I knew that, but I just didn't know what the opportunities would be. What opportunities would be here. So, but in actuality, a few years after Katrina, we realized that there were more restaurants here before Katrina, or here now after Katrina than there were before, and I decided that would be a good plan and a good place to at least start and get my culinary feet wet.